And we got some results, as well, with the standings, and so that'll make next weekend very interesting as far as who we play in the postseason and what seed, and if you even get a home game out of this. So we'll enjoy it for sure tonight, and we can exhale just for a second for 24 hours. It's been there hasn't been much of that over the last couple months, so it feels great. It feels great for the for the guys, for the club who work here, the ownership, the fans. It's just the city, which has really, I think, gotten on board with this team over the last couple months. It's been fun, and I'm glad it's going to continue. And I think we're playing at a very high level right now. We have some individuals playing at an extremely high level, and I certainly wouldn't want to play us. So we'll again enjoy this and get back to work to try to get a result against Chicago.
It's nothing new to see Rooney and Acosta combining so well, but today, what do you think of how they did?
I think, I think Wayne was a couple games ago. I got the sense he wasn't that pleased with his performance, his own performance, and the last two games he's been at a very, very high level. And Lucho today was just playing at a level, I think, early that they just couldn't deal with. I mean, he was unbelievable in every aspect. The goal was going to get highlighted, but again, he makes so many plays defensively. He was so tuned in with Wayne and how we could go about pressing them. He was just really dialed in today. When those two were playing at that level, we're a tough team to beat. But you could go across the board. I mean, Russell and Junior, they're ball winning in the center of the park. The physicality was great. The center backs held up. The outside backs did a great job. Paul comes in after basically a week away, dealing with the death in the family, and played it at that level. It's very impressive. Emil, I thought Ulysses gave us a lot of energy and athleticism early in the game. So just a really good performance all around.
I want to ask on Acosta. He's had, obviously, over the past few years, ups, downs, highs, lows, etc. This year it really does seem like, I'm sure obviously when it's going to do with it, like he's playing like a weight has almost been lifted off of him. Is it sort of rewarding just to watch the guy go and play with joy and sort of just have fun?
No question. I think it's a big part of this. And we've always said kind of behind the curtain that we're asking too much of this kid. We put too much pressure and too much of a burden on this kid, because if he didn't, before Wayne and before some of the, more than just Wayne, for the bolstering this roster, it was up to him. If he was playing at a high level, we would play at a high level. If he wasn't, we tended to lose those games. And I think Wayne has definitely taken a little pressure off of him, and he's just, obviously the offensive stuff gets noticed, but from our end, from the staff's end, his ability to now switch when the ball turns over and understand how crucial he is to this defensive puzzle and how we become a better team through turning balls over and being good in transition. And his realization that that's going to help him and his numbers, that's been the most impressive thing to me.
Is it, just one quick follow-up, I mean, just like as an observer of the game, even as a coach, is it fun to just watch him run at guys? Like,
it is. I'm enjoying coaching probably the last couple months more than I ever have, and it's partly because we're winning. Right? It's easier to enjoy that, but it's also the way we're playing. I know we're entertaining the fans, and we're putting together a really good product that's not just glitz. It's tough. It's gritty. I feel like it has a lot of really good components and I'm looking forward to testing how far we can go in the postseason.
Coach, what were the little things that helped in the second half turnaround?
The little things, the second half of the season or second half today?
Second half of the season.
Wayne's not necessarily a little thing. The stadium helped, it's kind of, whether it's Russell and Junior getting healthy, Ulysses coming back, it's a combination of some of the signings we had, and we also got healthy, and we come home and we don't have to travel. We're in our home field with our home fans. A little luck thrown in there, and we stand where we do today.
I remember on the first night at Audi Field, there's reason for optimism. You guys won, but the past 3 months, how does that turnaround compare to what you expected? Is this you guys?
We said at the beginning of the season, on the turn, when we come home to this field, that it was going to take a hell of a run, and we didn't know what type of run it was going to need. We were hoping for maybe to bank 5 or 10 more points in the first part of the season, but we always knew it was going to have to be something along this lines to get into the postseason. That's just the nature of going away for that long in a season. So, would I have thought it would take this many wins and this type of run to get in? No. But it's been a fun run.
So has your team's performance exceeded your expectations these past 3 months?
Maybe a bit.
How much importance do you put on the game against Chicago next weekend? Knowing a win gives you a home game here,
Yeah.
given that no matter what, you have to turn around and play either on Wednesday or
I haven't
Thursday.
put a lot of thought into it, but on the surface, it's like a home game is a big deal, and especially for a knockout game. And then you weigh the risk of how quick the turnaround is and the energy level, and you're better off going away and being fresh, right? So, but we're also in a really good rhythm. So that's all stuff I'll ponder tonight over a quiet bourbon.
Is Bill was fine today. Was he at 90%, 100% physically?
He was fine. Yeah, he was
No
fine.
issues?
Yeah, no, yesterday, he only trained one day. It was yesterday, he got through it fine. The warm-ups, he didn't have any issues.